It's like Bleeding Gums Murphy, The Simpsons 25-minute national anthem. It's the best part of the game.
Take your hat off.
I got my headphones on.
Dirtbag.
How many fist pumps today? 3, 4?
I say 3.
It's a big game. Might do 4. Stop pointing to the crowd. It's actually a really hard song to sing.
We're going live here. Waiting for the national anthem to be over.
What's up with your phone?
It'll be fine. You can't see it. They can't see that. There's 2 people already logged off.
Look at that girl behind him.
Here we go, baby. How many fist pumps? How many fist pumps?
4.
I say 3.
4. This is playoff
Here
game.
we go.
Must win.
Here we go, Renee.
There it is.
Ray. Ready?
1,
2, 3.
That's it.
3 fist pumps.
Only 3.
3 fist pumps for Renee Ranclaw. Welcome, everybody. Facebook.
You probably just made like
YouTube.
10 grand.
This is another edition of the I'm Just Saying podcast. I am your host, Alex Curry. I got my co-host here, Andrew Ledger, and
Play the horn.
producer Cage the MC. Hope you guys checked out last week with our boy Leroy Street came down here, killed it. Our boy Cage came out of retirement, spit a little bit, killed it.
Killed it.
It was fun, man. That was a fun. What's up with my headphones here, Cage? How come I can't get them straight? It was a fun podcast, so check that out. That's still up on my Facebook.
That was tough.
On Ledge's Facebook. It's on Cage's Facebook also. So, big week. Last time we met, there's a lot of things that happened.
Oh, ton.
I mean, Celtics hadn't played a playoff game since last time they played 3 since last time we met. They didn't play at all last time. Bruins are in Game 6 right now. It's a 3-2 series.
Yeah, they saw it last Sunday.
Celtics are down 2-1. So 2 big games today. We got the Bruins, and right after that, Celtics playing at 5:30, I believe.
Both teams have to win.
Both big games. Also, Aaron Hernandez, he killed himself. We found out a lot about him that we didn't know about. He had some extracurricular activities going on in the jailhouse. Hey. Check us out, YouTube. We got all kinds of sound effects. We're going. It's a lot. It's going to be a lot more fun to listen to on YouTube than it is on Facebook. We got all kinds of different equipment we're using, so check that out. We're gonna put it on Facebook anyway because it's easier for people to click on. But what else? So Patriots went to the White House this week. There's a lot of things that we can touch on today. So let's start off. Celtics. All right, and I said last week. Basically, I was brushing the Bulls right off, and I was talking about the second round already. And the first 2 games, they came out like they just didn't look like the team they were all season. And I understand you say it's a different in the playoffs, whatever. They just did not play good basketball either. It wasn't good basketball.
Yeah, but that's because of the way the game was played.
Well,
They're not designed to win in the playoffs. It's a half-court game. They don't rebound. They don't have any secondary scorers. I've been saying it all year. And I even said the Bulls was one of the teams I didn't want to play.
Bulls are a good team. They're better than I thought they were.
But they're probably, now that Rondo's out, they have a chance to win.
I mean, after game 1 and 2, they looked dangerous. And in game 3, they looked like a whole different team with no Rondo. I mean, he really just keeps everybody in check. He keeps a good pace on the game. And it was all in the Bulls' hands in those first 2 games with Rondo. And you forget how good he was.
He's
you know
still
what I mean?
Good. Yeah, he was a really
good
player.
You really do.
He's just a head case.
You forget how good he was. It seemed like a lifetime ago that he was on the Celtics, doesn't it? And it's only been 2-3 years.
No, it's
2.5 years. We traded him mid-season 2.5 years ago.
First year.
Yeah, 2.5 years ago. And I believe we got Thomas. Didn't we get Thomas right after that? I don't think it was the same trade.
It was later in the year.
Yeah, but it feels like a lifetime ago that Rondo was on the Celtics.
But he was a big game player too.
Like, every time they're on live TV or national TV game, he puts up huge numbers. And
if he was the head case, he'd be one of the better players in the league. He's that talented.
Yeah, he's great. He's a great point guard.
He's a legit point guard. He's not a scoring point guard.
There's not many left. There's not many true point guards left in the NBA anymore.
Steph Curry's a point guard, but
guard.
He's not. He's not a true point guard. Rondo's a true point guard.
He is. You don't see point guards like that anymore. The pass first point guard is pretty much dead in the NBA.
So they're all shooting.
I mean, you think about the top 5 point guards in the league. They all average well over 25.
Chris Paul,
Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, the thing is,
Chris Paul's a true point guard.
but he scores too much for me. Russell Westbrook's a point guard. He scores a ton, but he fills up the stat sheet like no other.
Yeah, he pads his stats. He's
A true point guard doesn't score 30 a night. That's not what a true point
it's
guard
like
does.
Rondo. Rondo scores like 12, 13 a night, averages about 9 dimes and 7 boards. That's a damn good stat line.
You run the offense. That's what a point guard does.
Rondo's a good player, and
But they
you
really
forget how good he was.
They really did catch a break that he's hurt because, like you said, they were nowhere to be found in the first 2 games. They got their asses
They
kicked.
looked horrible. They did.
And I was so surprised
And they had that one scoring threat with Isaiah Thomas, and after that, no one else is scoring.
But that's why they won Game 3 because their secondary players scored points. Look at the stat sheet.
Finally, they needed it.
And that's what I said last week. I was telling you how if they win the series, it's going to be because Bradley and those guys average 15 a game. Without them, Isaiah can score 40, but if Horford has 3 and Crowder has 6, you're not going to win.
Right.
Especially in crunch time.
Oh, I know. Well, Rich Keefe was saying all week, Horford showed up game 1. Look at his stat line. He showed up. He wasn't. Is everything all right? I don't hear myself.
He's turning it down.
When the game mattered the most at the end of the game, Horford disappeared. He had
that's what he
20-something
does.
points and 10 boards, but at the end of the game, when they needed him the most, he was
That's what
disappeared.
he does. Though.
Disappeared.
That's the thing that's deceiving with basketball is he'll get like 4 or 5 rebounds the first 3 minutes of the game, but then he won't grab one in the last 2 minutes when actually you need a board. And they got killed in the glass game.
Oh.
And that was my biggest thing with them is rebounding.
I mean, they got Robin Lopez. He looks like an all-star out there. It's embarrassing.
I don't know how the Bulls are an 8 seed. That shows you what the NBA is like.
They're pretty damn good, man.
They got a good roster.
If you think about it, though, they're an 8 seed because there was the bottom 5 playoff spots were all decided within
Like
a couple
a game or
games.
two, yeah.
You know what I mean? They could have with maybe 2-3 more wins. They could have been a 5 seed or a 6 seed.
That's another thing about the Celtics that I've been saying all year too is Stevens is such a good coach and they're such a good regular season team because they try. I feel like they try harder and they're coached better than most teams, so they overachieve a little bit. Whereas half the NBA just mails it in every other night.
Is Brad Stevens' job on the line if they don't get out of this first round?
It's not his fault because he got them to 53 wins with that roster.
Why can't he get them out of the first round?
Because it's a different game. They don't have the talent. You need the talent.
So they're like we were talking about earlier. They're in a good position right now. I could never think of another team that's ever been in a position to end the season as a first seed, have enough cap space to sign another max free agent in the offseason, and potentially have the best chance to get the first pick in the draft. That's unbelievable.
Well,
the fact that they're in that position is unbelievable.
There was a team about 6-7 years ago that we're watching who drafted Sagan, won the cup, had all these good players, and 6 years later they suck. They blew it.
No, I understand
You know,
that.
they should have been good for 10 years.
I think I'm going to give Danny Ainge a little bit more credit than I'm going to give the Bruins GM that was here then. What was his name?
Chiarelli.
Peter Chiarelli.
He signed all their fourth line guys.
Danny Ainge, this was supposed to be a couple-year rebuild, and they rebuild a lot faster than I thought they were going to. You got to give them some credit there. And like I said, to be in that position is tough.
But you have to make the right moves, though, and get the right guys.
And he did, and he got rid of – that was one
saying
of the
going
best
forward,
trades,
though.
getting rid of Pierce Garnett for all those draft picks, and he set up the Brooklyn Nets to be in disarray for the next 10 years.
He fleeced them.
For the next 10 years, they're going to suck.
Even all the assets they have to get a player that is a top 5 player in the league.
Oh, I know, and they have enough room for a cap space right now. Enough cap space right now to
who
sign
wants
him.
to come here?
I don't know, and I don't even know who's going to be available. I mean, who are you going to get? Gordon Hayward might be your best option.
Yeah, but
because other than that, you might be able to trade for Carmelo Anthony, which you
him.
don't want him. But I'll take him if all I have to give up is Jay Crowder and a couple second-round picks. I'll take him. Take him. You can't.
I'd rather have you on the floor than Carmelo.
Man.
Try harder.
I don't know. I just don't think you can turn down a talent like that. I know he's a loser,
I
and I know he doesn't play defense. But
him and Isaiah, who don't play defense in the playoff game coming down the stretch, you want those two guys on the floor? No,
I think I think they'd have a better chance in this round right now with Carmelo because you need that scorer.
But he's not the same guy.
It might be.
He's not the same guy.
When you have Isaiah and you have Carmelo who aren't playing defense. You can, with a team that we have right now, you can almost hide that with Marcus Smart and with Avery Bradley, some of the better defenders in the league.
But maybe one of them, but not two of them.
That's why it works with Isaiah because it almost shades it out. You know what I'm saying? It almost cancels it out how good they are.
Yeah, but
you don't notice it.
What's going to happen with Isaiah when there's another scorer on the floor? His game's going to be affected.
There's got to be enough. I mean, you have teams out there that with 3 guys on one team that average over 20. Look at the Warriors. I mean, there's enough points and enough balls.
That's a little different.
There's enough shots to be scored.
You're right.
You can have more than one guy to score over 20 points a game. You can have Isaiah and Carmelo, and hopefully get with Isaiah, Carmelo, and Gordon Hayward on the same team. I think that's a damn good team in the East.
It is, but it's not a championship team.
I think it's I think they'd have a lot better chance. I think they'd have a chance to beat Cleveland with that team because Gordon Hayward plays defense. The team as a whole plays defense. And then with Isaiah and Carmelo, you got the scoring too, and Hayward averages 20 a game.
The next podcast,
that would be fun.
I'm gonna write down and show you since like 1980. Like all it is about runs. The best players always win. It's like you had the Celtics, Lakers in the 80s, Pistons won 2, Bulls won 6, Lodge won.
What about the Pistons in 03 when they won the championship? They didn't have They didn't have a top 20 player on their team. Unless you want to count Chauncey Billups. Maybe he was top 20.
You're right, but
that was a team win.
The Mavericks had a one and done. The Pistons. Even the Celtics won in 08, but they were back there in 2 years. So that's a little bit of a run.
They had a couple of chances there.
Yeah,
they were one game away from beating the Heat to make it to their third championship, too. Remember in 11?
But the point is...
Was that 11 or 10?
10.
When they were Game 7.
Oh, no,
game
the Heat
7,
was 11. The Heat was 11.
When they were Game 7, they were up by 15 points in the fourth quarter, and they blew it.
Game 6, LeBron went off for 40.
Yeah, but they blew it in Game 7 when they had the win.
But that...
Yeah, but...
They were old by then. But the point is that the NBA is it's always about the best couple players, and that's... It makes for a good finals. But LeBron's about to go to his 6th straight title. Like, even if he doesn't win, that's pretty impressive.
I understand that, but I think a team with I think that team right there with how deep they are right now, and if you throw Carmelo and Gordon Hayward on that team, they can win the championship.
That's why they're good in the regular season because they do have a lot of good players, and you can.
And depth doesn't matter in the playoffs.
It's a 7-guy rotation.
Yeah, because you're not playing back-to-back nights.
Yeah. That's where the Celtics make their hay, though, is they try hard every week and they have such a good every night, and they have such a good coach that during the regular season they overachieve. And you get into these playoff games where it's half court, it's about talent, and as good as Isaiah is, he can't do it alone. He's freaking 5'7".
I understand, and I don't think you can win a championship obviously with Isaiah being your best player.
Well,
so you get another scorer like Carmelo. Or it doesn't even have to be Carmelo. If you can get Jimmy Butler and Gordon Hayward.
I don't want him either.
I don't want
That's
what I wanted. Paul George. He's not coming.
But he's going to LA in 2 years.
I get it. I don't know who you get. Who do you get?
That's the thing. There's not many guys. That's
who's
what sucks
available.
About the NBA.
Who's available for free agents next year? I mean, I know Gordon Hayward. I know
Durant only signed a 2-year deal.
I thought it was one with a player option.
Yeah, but he'll pick that up. Because the salary cap's going up big time in the NBA. That's why all these guys like LeBron signed 2-year deals so they can make more max money once the cap kicks
Smart.
in. Oh, it's wicked smart.
Jeff Green, Ginobili, Ibaka.
No, a bunch of old guys. I mean, you don't want
any
of them.
That's what sucks about the NBA,
You don't want any
though.
of them.
Blake Griffin.
What's going to happen, though?
I wouldn't take Blake Griffin. The guy's he's out for the rest of the playoffs again. Do you see that? A toe injury. Toe injury. He's out for the rest of the playoffs again.
You talk about a team with talent. The Clippers, they always underachieve.
How many seasons how many times has he been out, like for a substantial amount of the season, or
Chris
to finish
Paul,
the
too.
season
Chris
with
Paul's
the playoffs?
always hurt.
That Clippers team, man, if they ever stayed healthy, they probably could have done a lot more damage than they have.
Steph Curry's a free agent.
Probably. He signed a real cheap deal like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
he's not leaving.
He's like I think there's like 6 or 7 guys on his team getting paid more than him.
The problem with the NBA is
he's
that
the best. He's one of the best players in the league. He's a 2-time MVP.
The problem with the NBA is that it's not a hard salary cap, so you can sign your own guys and go over so if the salary cap's like $100 million, you can sign Steph Curry and get to 110. You just have to pay a luxury tax. So of course you're going to do that.
Right.
So the Warriors could sign all those guys and have a $150 million payroll as long as they're willing to pay the luxury tax.
When you got a team like that, I'd sacrifice it.
That's what's stupid though, is that if they're on your team, it's called the Larry Bird rule.
Yeah.
And
if you're on that team, you can pay them more money and for more years.
It's like
than you could signing a free agent that wasn't.
They don't want
team.
guys to leave.
That's the Bird rule.
It's like LeBron when he actually went to Miami, he got traded so he could sign for more money, and then they traded him.
Right.
He didn't go there as a free agent. He just signed and trade.
Sign and trade, correct.
Which makes sense for the team who's getting rid of him. You might as well get something for him.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But like I said, the Celtics caught a break because they were nowhere near in that series. Now that Rondo's hurt, they're probably going to maybe pull it up. Tonight, if they win tonight, they'll probably win the series. But if they lose tonight,
if they win tonight, they get home court advantage back.
That's weird in the NBA. You go 4 games and a home team doesn't win in the NBA. That's weird.
Imagine that. And I don't know. The way they played the other night, the way that Chicago looked without Rondo, I see the Celtics winning again.
But their secondary guys stepped up. Is what they need.
Oh yeah, they needed that win.
I couldn't believe the Bulls didn't mail it in game 2. That's the NBA. If you steal the first game on the road, like I would like to figure that stat out. What happens if a team wins game 1? I guarantee you 90% of the time they lose game 2. because they just mail it in because all they want to do is get one. You know, that's the
Right.
mindset. It's just that's how the NBA works. That's why I think the Bulls. That was
Yeah,
it.
you feel like you just steal one on the road, then all right,
That's why I feel
whatever
like
happens,
that
game
was the
two.
Bulls the other night.
Taking two on the road, usually the series is over. And
That's
if
why I think
Boston
they-
wins tonight, I don't know how they did it, but they're back in it.
Well, dude, it's like the Bruins game right now, right? All the pressure's on Ottawa. If the Bruins win tonight, you know, you're gonna blow a 3-1 lead. That's all the pressure's on them to close it out.
Yeah. Bruins are first period right now 0-0. Yeah. What do you think? Like I said, check out YouTube Live. We got soundboard, we got sound effects. Cage is playing some sound effects, and you guys listening on Facebook cannot hear it right now. If you're gonna listen later on, we'll put the YouTube link on my
It's
Facebook.
like they couldn't hear the
on
beats
Ledge's
last
Facebook.
week on Facebook.
Yeah, you gotta check out
Acapella
YouTube,
was
man.
nice, though, Cage.
With all the equipment
That
we're
worked
using.
out because the beat one got all distorted.
It
'cause
was.
All the equipment we're using right now, you gotta check out YouTube, please. It's a lot better than watching it on Facebook. So, so let's get to the Bruins then. You think they're gonna pull this off, win these 2 in a row?
I hope they do because I like playoff hockey.
Me too. Playoff hockey's fun. Like
But-
we've talked about this before. Watching
But
playoff
you-
hockey is
hey-
like the biggest difference in regular season to playoffs is hockey.
Dude, did you hear Weber defriended me on Facebook after I was, you know, spouting off on Facebook? He's I defriended you. He tells me.
Yeah, he didn't talk to me for a couple
I
weeks.
love women!
He didn't talk to me for a couple weeks apparently because I went at him on one of the podcasts. I didn't realize I did.
See, I have mixed
Well,
emotions.
you said Ledger agreed with me that we didn't trust him or something like that.
Yeah.
I said Weber's not a hockey genius or something like that, and he got upset.
Oh, he
about it.
defriended me.
I love Weber. Weber's one of the best guys to have on to talk
Yeah.
Bruins because he knows
And he-
Bruins.
and he loves
But
the Bruins, dude. That's
all I
what-
was saying was he's not going to be right about everything he says. I'm not right about everything I say about
Me
Patriots
neither.
or Celtics. Nobody is.
You can't be.
It doesn't matter who you are. You could be Michael Felger.
It'd be no fun if we could
Yeah,
predict what happens.
Michael Holly, whoever. Dale Arnold knows more hockey than anybody in the city. If he's going to be wrong about certain things, it was no disrespect.
No, but
I'd like to have him back on to talk hockey again if the Bruins.
Dude, I put up Sens in 6 because
win.
that's how I feel, and I get people coming out of the woodwork being like, "You're not a boss of not." No, dude, Sens in
You're
6.
a contrarian.
No,
And
but-
you do like to
no,
get people riled
I
up.
do to a point, but when I put Sens in 6, that's how I feel. And
Yeah,
when
but then you put, oh, I love being right.
yeah, well, that's just me.
It's because no one's going to tell him he's right, so he needs to he needs to pat himself on the back.
That's why if the Celtics go down, you got to give it to me at least if they go down in round 1.
It's a freaking men's club.
Oh, check this out. Check it out on YouTube.
Hey.
This soundboard's great.
We got a lot of views in that podcast. People came out of the woodwork freaking commenting on crap like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, that was a fun podcast. We've had some great ones.
Hey,
coming up.
Erin Kane chimed in like a week late. She's like, "I agree with Ledger." I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, Erica Patterson
Yeah.
did too. No,
See?
we had
Have
fun
some
the last
respect
couple
for
weeks though.
yourself, Eric.
Like I said, you guys could check out in the archives. You could check out our podcast with Jerry Thornton. You could check out last week's with Leroy Street. We have a couple weeks. We're gonna do one with Rich Keefe, I hope. And I was also talking about getting my my cousin Mike Babel, who played Division I UMass.
Does he coach there, you
And
said?
No, he's a head coach Division I Wagner, in Staten Island.
Yeah, I was gonna say New York.
And I think it'd be fun. I wanted to talk to him about the recruiting process. Talk to him
Yeah,
about
I was gonna
Division
say,
I basketball. And
I'd like to
you know
talk
what
about
I'm saying?
recruiting. That'd be cool.
I'm pretty sure he played overseas professionally. It'd be kind of cool to listen
the
to
inside scoop.
Yeah, I mean, he had Dean Smith knocking on his door in Attleboro. His twin brother played at Georgia
No,
Tech.
that's
He
the
had-
thing. I'd
he
like-
had Calipari recruit him, and he signed on to go play UMass when Calipari was there, and he left for the Nets that offseason.
Yeah.
So he ended up playing.
Well, that's
with,
a good point, though. I'd like to hear about how you go about recruiting.
Yeah,
and
that's
shit like
that's
that.
fine. I mean, he had the best coaches in college history knocking at him and his brother's door. Twin brothers, and they both
That's
played
why
D1.
our buddy over there on the bench today, he needs to come on, but he'll never. You know, he needs if he ever.
I think Ledge is calling out Matt Falconer. We want you on the podcast,
No, but
Matty Fal.
I want him on the podcast when he's no longer associated with the Bruins, because then we can hear the real stories. He's a
imagine
true
that.
team guy.
He could write
you know?
He could write when he's done his career as a Bruins.
He's got dirt, but he'll never spill it, and I don't
book.
blame him.
Imagine the book you could write though about the stories that you have with hockey players. They're nuts.
Last-
Hockey players are
He
party.
signs an NDA working there.
Hockey players know how to party. Hockey players are,
And they're the nicest
and
people in the
stories, yeah. And the stories that I'm sure he has seen. I know he won't give it out, but that would be
He's
fun.
so devoted to the team that last year Claude Julien made a rule no golfing, and he's an equipment manager, and he didn't go golfing because Claude said
He's
no.
part of the team.
Yeah,
I understand
and
he's
that's
not
awesome.
playing,
And that's the thing
I'm
is-
sure he wouldn't get in trouble if he went golfing. But
No,
if you want the whole team to buy into things, you got to have everyone buy into it.
I respect
And
that.
I respect that a lot. I respect that a lot. I mean,
I
you
do the
really do.
same
You
thing.
need the organization to buy into. Ooh, that was close.
But
Marchand,
I'd
that's
like
the
to-
Marchand not showing up again.
I'd
He should
like-
have.
Almost got the
Marchand
horn.
should have buried that.
I like to have him on, just but he wouldn't say much, but it'd still be fun to talk to him
Yeah.
about what
Maybe-
maybe his day-to-day job, what he does.
There'd be a lot of cool a lot of cool people we could have on the podcast. I really think that my cousin Mike Babel coming on, just getting a little inside view of what
different,
happens
dude.
with recruiting in
Something
college
different,
basketball,
especially in the summer,
With Matty
dude.
Fowl, that would be great. We're calling you out, Matty. We want you on the podcast, buddy.
I've actually
It'd
seen
be a lot of fun.
I've seen him on a few FaceTimes the last couple.
Ooh.
But I think he'd come on. It's just he wouldn't give us what we want. But
That's
we'll
okay.
We'll
Okay,
still
it'd
ask
be
the
worth
questions.
Yeah, you gotta ask
wouldn't
questions.
if
Here
I
we
was
go.
him.
Here we
I
go with
wouldn't
the
either.
fight. Here we go with the fight.
I wouldn't answer shit either. Dude, those guys are his
What do you
friends.
think, Marchand? At the star he's been, he had almost an MVP season, and he's not showing up in the playoffs.
Their fourth line and third line's carried. That guy Cauley had 2 goals the other
Yeah.
night. Like, Marchand had that 1 goal and then missed 2 breakaways, then missed that one in front of the post the other
Not
game.
showing up.
He's not showing up.
That's what you need you need your stars, especially Marchand. The season he had MVP caliber season.
And I love Marchand. 'cause
I love him,
He's
man.
like Pedroia. He's just a
yeah,
punk.
and he's the guy that you hate if he's not on your
Yeah.
team, and you love him when he's on your team. You know what I mean? But he's done nothing so far, really. I mean, yeah, he had a goal, but still,
That's one shot.
Yeah, nothing. And it wasn't a game-winning goal.
And I get pissed at these people saying how they don't,
What has it been? 3 overtime games so
yeah,
far?
Yeah, but people say, oh, they don't have their defensemen or whatever. The defense hasn't been the problem. They got lucky to win game 1, fine. Then they blew a 3-1 lead, so it's kind of evens out there.
Yeah.
They should have won one of those other games in Boston.
They win this game today. I think they win the series because they got the momentum. I understand it's going to be an away game, but they win tonight, which I hope they do. They're at home. Then I think the series is in Bruins' hands.
But look at hockey how it is. Like every
Like
game,
you said, it's
every game's been 1 goal.
Yeah.
That's what the difference is in hockey. You're talking 1 deflection.
It's been 3 overtime games.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's 1 goal difference.
That's why it's so good.
It's
That's
fun
why
to
it's
watch.
awesome.
It is. It's fun to watch. Did you watch Montreal last night? Montreal's out.
They lost.
They lost.
Wait,
They're out. Right?
way to go, Claude.
Yeah. So I mean, I actually, if we won. I wanted to play. We would
yeah.
have played Montreal next round. I wanted to play Montreal.
That's what one of those things. He goes to Montreal. We meet him in the second round of the playoffs. That's like,
I would
poetic
have.
justice.
I would have
been
loved
great.
to play Montreal.
Yeah, but you know what? I would hate to lose to Montreal.
Yeah, but it would have been a great series. It would have been an awesome series, obviously.
My brother was in Ottawa like years ago for a Bruce Springsteen concert, and the Sens were in like the Eastern Conference Finals. He's like, we were in a bar. He's like, dude, they'd like clear the puck into like a power play, and the whole place would like erupt. There'd be like popcorn being thrown in the air. He's like, dude, they're nuts. Like the whole city would shut down. Yeah.
Hockey's religion in Canada. It's not like around here.
Vancouver toured their shit?
No one.
No, but the Northeast is a pretty good hockey region, but it's not like it is up there because that's all they have.
No, I mean
That and curling.
But I mean,
It's the biggest one in America, though.
in winter sports, Boston's still more of a hockey team than it is a basketball team.
No, it is, but I'm talking about even college hockey.
College hockey's
Hockey
huge
East,
around
yeah.
here. I mean, you got UMass Lowell, they're Division One
Yeah.
hockey. They're
BU.
always in. They're always in it. BU, BC,
national titles.
they're-
Harvard, Northeastern, UMass,
Yale.
Merrimack.
I mean, they're always.
There's
they're
two
always-
places where
How
the-
come UMass Amherst is Division One for all their other sports, but UMass Lowell is their Division One hockey team?
You can do that. It's like UMass isn't for football. They're in like the MAC, but then the A10 in basketball, or whatever.
Yeah, it's just weird to me.
Dude, UMass football when they were 1AA when I was there, they used to win national titles, or they'd be good. Now they go to Division 1 and they suck.
Rangers won that series 4-2.
Wow.
So Canadians are out.
That's what's good about hockey. Upsets happen.
Yep.
Basketball, it's like if a 5 beats a 4, it's a big deal.
Yeah, and then and like you said though, I mean, this is the Senators' series to lose.
It's hardest game to win is game 4.
Yeah, if the Bruins win tonight, they tied it up like you said from a 3-1
Pressure's on
game
them.
series, and now the pressure's on the Senators, and all the Bruins got to do is go out there and play their game, and I think they win Game 7. I hope they win Game
Rash
7.
saved them.
I hope they win Game 6 first. Obviously, I'm just saying.
See, I'm kind of biased because I said Sens in 6. So either way, I if I'm right, then I'll piss people
Well,
off.
what
you
do you
are
want
a-
more, to be right or the Bruins to win?
You want
rather
the
have 'em
Bruins
win.
to succeed, yeah.
But being right-
I'm surprised
I
he
don't
said
believe
that.
you.
I know. I'm surprised he said
I don't
that.
believe you.
Well, it's like when I was
There's no why he's not on his game today. He's hurting a little bit from last night. I can tell. He's not himself.
No, I'll say this though. I never liked Sergio Garcia, but the fact that Curry picked Justin Rose for the Masters, I was rooting hard for Sergio.
I know. I was so excited. I thought Justin. He's a boring dude, though, huh? He's got no life.
Yeah,
Justin Rose is just a boring dude.
Probably a teetotal Englishman, dude.
I don't
No.
know. Dude. I after watching that, I lost. I don't like him as much as I used to.
You know what's funny?
As much as I thought I did. I don't like.
He's a good golfer.
He's boring though. I like a little life out there when you're watching golf.
Oh,
man.
Sergio's a psycho.
Yeah, that's why I like that.
That's
I
why
like these
Jordan,
head cases.
That's why I like
man.
Jordan Spieth because he flips out.
I like these head cases. And like I said, check us out. Watch YouTube Live. We got all kinds of sound effects. We got better sound quality, better video. It's going to be a lot more fun. And the link is on my Facebook. Hopefully, Cade shared
You know
it
what's
on
funny
his,
about
and Ledger can share
you know
it
what's
on
funny
his.
about Sergio?
You share that link on your Facebook so people can check it out.
You know what's funny about Sergio is that up until he won, all his second place finishes, all his chokes, they're considered like scars. And then David Duval said, once you get that one major, now it's like a badge of honor to have 6 seconds in a major. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Once you have that, yeah.
And that's the thing I give him credit is.
And now it's off his chest too.
That's the thing,
so he
too.
won't. So if he's in that position again, he might not choke. He doesn't have that pressure anymore
And
to
that's
win that
that's what
major.
the amazing part was, is that when he went into the woods, second to get to the back nine, he started bogey 10 and 11 to start the back nine. Then he drives it in the woods, but then he overcame it. That's what's awesome about golf. And people who say golf's boring, no. When you're out there by yourself, you don't have any teammates to build.
I didn't say golf was boring.
No, I'm not saying. I said people,
All right.
not you. I'm not saying you. I'm saying people.
Wow, that was close.
But when you're out there by yourself in that
Bruins
position,
got lucky on that one.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm saying when people, I know people golf's boring. No, major championship golf, it's pressure. You're by yourself. No one's there to bail you out. You know.
Right.
And what he did was amazing. And Rose choked a little bit too, but
He definitely
I
choked.
know what I think too is Sergio. I knew he was going to miss the putt in 18 in regulation, and that was a bad putt. But I think the fact that Rose went,
And that's what brought it to extra holes.
yeah. But I think if Sergio would have teed off first, if he would have lost, like won the top, whatever, they pick numbers out of a hat.
Yeah.
The fact that Rose drove it into the woods probably put Sergio at ease.
Yeah.
Whereas if it was the reverse, I would have liked to have seen what happened, because that shit makes a difference,
Yeah, man.
and he deserved it. And I get to see his hot girlfriend, so.
Yeah. I don't know how this Bruins team is built to. I don't know if they're going to be able to win the second round or keep going into the playoffs. I don't think they're built. I know they thought they were by signing David Backes at the beginning of the season and the money they dropped towards him. It seemed like in the Bruins organization felt like they had a long drive in the playoffs. You know what I mean? You don't drop money on a player like that and a veteran like that unless you feel a lot of confidence in your team. I just don't see it.
Nah.
I haven't seen it all season. And I don't really see it in the playoffs right now. I mean,
I agree.
Hopefully they get out of this first round. Hopefully they win today. Hopefully they win Game 7. But I don't know how they're built
But your
to
best,
keep on going.
Your best players have to step up, and
they haven't.
Pasternak and freaking Marchand nowhere to be
Krejci's
found.
out today, right?
Yeah, Krejci's another one of those guys they should have traded years ago.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, I'd love to see if Bill Belichick was their coach like 4 or 5 years ago. He would have got rid of half the guys, and they'd probably still be in contention.
The way he runs a team is unlike any other, though. You can say that about any team.
I know, but they should have traded Chara. Dude, they lost Sagan and Boychuk.
Teams just don't do that like the Patriots do. You're used to seeing it from the Patriots, but regular teams don't just trade their best players when they're 1 or 2 seasons away from being
Imagine if he was
from
running the country.
from dropping down in greatness. You know what I'm saying though?
Bill Belichick, 2020.
Nobody else does that
No.
except for the Patriots.
Well, what happens is-
Nobody.
What happens?
Danny Ainge did it, and that was a great move. And I think he did it because he's been in this region, and he's seen how it worked for the Patriots. So they got rid of Garnett and Pierce when he should have.
He actually got rid of him, I think, a year too late.
He got enough
he
out
did.
of it, and we're in
He
the
did.
situation we are right now because of that.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
He's
and
had-
it was a fun run to watch with those guys.
Nets gave up everything.
He's
Yeah.
had two
For half a
he's had
decade.
2 rebuilds, man.
Hey, and we had a damn good time watching Pierce Garnett and Rondo
They
together.
still shoulda won
That
more
was
than-
a lot
they
of
shoulda won
fun.
more than
They
one.
should have won that second championship in the Lakers when Kendrick Perkins went down and they were up 15 or 20 points and they ended up losing
That
that
was
game.
10 years ago. Imagine
And,
that.
They lost
and
like
they
the
should have
last
and they
4
should have
minutes.
beat the Heat
I was in
in the
Vegas
Eastern
for that,
Conference
dude.
Finals.
It
They should have
sucked.
beat the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals, and I think they would have beat
Yeah.
Dallas that year.
Yeah, but guess what? LeBron finally said, "Screw this," and he showed up and scored freaking
They
46
would have
points in the
beat.
guard.
They would have
but
beat Dallas that year if they went to the championship.
I don't know. Dallas beat the Heat.
I understand that. I still think that we would have won.
Yeah, but you know what? It's like in boxing, or you sound stupid like wrestling. Like when you're old, you go. When you're like old like that, you have one last hurrah, and usually you don't end up winning. Very few people like go out on top like that.
Oh yeah, I understand, but
Can't believe Taker gave
Nah.
up his undefeated streak. Just
No, he lost to Brock Lesnar like 3 years ago.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, WrestleMania. So, dude, he was in the ring for like 20 minutes after he lost, and like he walked up the huge ramp, and then he like descended into like below the. It was wicked cool.
Yeah, you said he descended into hell.
Yeah, he descended into hell. It was awesome.
so this
Well
week,
worth the $80.
So this week,
80?
so this week the Patriots went to the White House, and
Some of them did.
and well, a lot more went than I expected to. 23 guys went, correct?
In 04.
Was it 23?
It was like 35. but-
Brady didn't go, but Brady said he had something going on. Danny Amendola
No, his
didn't
mother
go.
was in town.
Oh, his
It
mother's
was
and his
his
mother's
parents'
his
anniversary.
mother's very sick too. So I'm
He was
sure.
Snapchatting pictures.
I'm
or
sure
whatever he
anytime
does.
he gets a chance to stay with his mother right now, he's going to. Because I don't see, from what it sounds like, she's got a really bad bad sickness going on, and nobody knows how much longer she's going to be around.
I don't
So-
think either time Brady didn't go had anything to do with politics.
No.
He just couldn't.
I
go.
hope it did with Obama.
Yeah, me too.
First
Yeah.
of all,
I don't think it
he's
did, though.
he's boys with Trump, so he could call up Trump today and be like,
Hang out with him
I'm
today.
coming by.
But know what was weird was that Trump mentioned everyone in his whole speech and everything, and he brought up how it was the best comeback. He brought up
he
Amendola's.
loves
brought
him
up
some Patriots.
He brought up Edelman's catch. He didn't mention Tom Brady once in his entire speech.
Because he wasn't
Well,
there.
we know-
Not
Trump
once.
can
Doesn't
be a
matter,
little
dude.
petty.
How do you talk about that game without talking Brady? I think it pissed him off that he wasn't
He's
there. To
probably
be
being
honest with
petty
you,
about it.
I think it pissed him off. He is. You can't say no. You
don't-
know Donald Trump.
you don't think that-
Donald Trump is a little baby when it comes to certain things.
No.
He's very petty about
Actually,
certain stuff.
That's
He's
wrong.
petty about everything.
Yeah, he's very petty about certain stuff. So I think
Read
it
the
pissed,
Kennedy book. You
I
wanna talk
think-
petty.
I think it pissed him off.
Deflection.
Ooh, yeah, the Kennedy book, the Kennedy Babylon. Check it out, written by Howie Carr.
I read it one day.
I just got mine in the mail, so
We
I'm
should
gonna- I
actually
gotta-
read some excerpts from that.
I got mine in the mail, and I'm I like I was telling them, I blasted through the first couple hundred pages of this
font size
Francona book, so
40,
I got to finish
so-
that
Yeah,
up.
it's an easy
now I'm having
read.
trouble finishing it.
But listen,
I can't wait till
I
read
bet
that
you
book.
$100 Brady called Trump to explain why he wasn't coming.
He wrote the letter. Did you read the letter? And it said he had all personal stuff, had nothing to do with politics. He's very grateful
Sorry.
that he got invited to the White House, and he said it's an honor every time, and hopefully next year he'll be able to do it again.
That's
but
why-
I still
that's
think
why he didn't go, 'cause he wants to go
how
again
do you
next year.
talk about that Super Bowl game without talking the MVP of the game? And you
'Cause
don't
he's
bring
not
up Brady
there.
once. It doesn't matter. You still
Did
can
you
bring
see
him up.
Gronk
If he doesn't, if he's as good friends as you say he is with him,
I don't think
he
they're
would have
good friends,
mentioned
they're
him.
acquaintances.
He would have mentioned it. He would have mentioned him. He was upset about Brady not being there
I don't
because it
think
didn't
they're
look
as
good.
close as people.
It didn't.
No, they're not. They're acquaintances.
It did not
They're
look.
friends like Charlie Sheen.
Like, yo, I'm coming down
You
to
know
your
what, though?
hotel.
It
Get me a
didn't-
room.
It didn't look good. Brady not being there for Donald Trump, so he was
Okay.
pissed about it, and he didn't bring it up.
Another
And
reason-
know what? If I was Brady, I probably wouldn't have went.
Yeah, 'cause he
because
would've got
you
shit
know
on for
he
that.
would have got blasted
It's
by
funny.
the media.
Theo Epstein didn't
Blasted.
go. Theo Epstein didn't go when Bush was president. No one cared because it's a liberal Massachusetts. Then Tim Thomas doesn't go, and it's a big deal because of Obama. I wouldn't. I'd go no matter what.
I would too. And
It ain't really about who was in there.
what's his name?
It's about a team, dude.
Backup quarterback, not Garoppolo.
Brissett.
Brissett wrote a letter about how he's more fond of Obama than he was of Trump. He didn't mention anything bad about Trump, but he was saying how he was a big fan of Obama.
Big
and he-
surprise there.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Hate,
but,
hate.
but he didn't. He just said how he was very thankful that he was invited to the White House, and you can't turn that down. And I like that. I liked how Brissett wrote that. It was a very well written letter. It was a very well written letter by Brissett.
Meeting a president, dude.
It's
there's
an
only-
honor to
There's
be
only
invited to
been
the-
45 guys in a almost 250-year history, and to go meet them and
That's an honor.
Yeah.
To go to the White
No
House.
matter
I
who
don't
it
care
is.
who's in office.
like, dude, if say I had a chance to meet Obama, I'd probably shake his hand and be like, I don't like your policies, and then I'd leave. Like that's what I'd say to him. Like,
Yeah, but that's enough. That's a
would
good
give
reason to
Jimmy
show up.
Carter a
If you
hug?
don't like if you don't like his policies,
That's fine.
And you're Alan Branch or you're Michael Bennett or
well, some of those guys have already been too. Don't forget,
then,
2 years
then
ago.
it doesn't matter. But these guys said they didn't want to go because they felt like they weren't welcome to the White House. They invited you to the White House. If you don't like Donald Trump's reasonings, you have the opportunity to go to the White House and talk to Trump, and
Yeah.
you can tell them how you feel.
Yep.
Don't be a coward and stay back home and talk all this trash.
know-
If you don't like it, go there and do something about it.
Dude.
No.
I agree. That's the problem. Is you don't feel welcome. That's the problem with the world. That's how they.
How do you not feel welcome? They invited you there.
People
It
who
was an
think like that-
extended invitation to the whole team.
People who think like that. That's why this shit still exists. Because, dude, no, of course you're welcome there. You're gonna show up. Sorry, leave. Like, doesn't. That's all made up shit, dude. You're welcome there.
Of course, he was
Hey,
welcome there.
I've been reading a lot about people saying how the media treats Gronkowski's antics, and if a player of a different skin tone did his antics, the media would treat it.
Oh yeah, you hear
What
that
has
all
he
the
ever done
time.
wrong though?
You hear that all the
Nothing,
time.
I'm just saying.
No, but
people
you
were
hear
saying
that
if
all the
Michael
time.
Bennett interrupted.
That was
Sean
hilarious,
Spicer's
though.
Thing. Would it have been treated
No.
like, oh, it's just Gronk?
It would have been treated like that because the media would make it that. Most normal people wouldn't care what they look like, but the media would be
Or
like,
would
oh,
it be all
That was
right?
funny.
it was
Yeah.
wicked funny.
I'm
It was
just saying,
funny, and
would it be
Spicer didn't
treated
take it as a as
What I don't understand,
disrespectful.
what I
or
didn't
no one else took
understand-
it as
Can you just
disrespectful.
walk around that
He's
place
like-
once you're in there?
I'm just
Apparently.
saying, imagine T.O.
Apparently, I don't know how he got there. That was weird.
T.O. doing what Gronk is doing.
No, I understand. I get what you're saying, and
I feel like it'd
of
be
course
the
there's gonna be.
opposite.
Of course you. But T.O. did do some of the stuff he's doing. Chad Ochocinco did do some of the stuff.
I'm just-
Chad Ochocinco was that playful, always on the internet, doing all kinds of stuff.
Never
and he-
won a
he
Super
had
Bowl.
yeah, but he had never
He'll play
gotten.
FIFA
He never
against
gotten
him.
in any trouble, and he was that guy. You know what I mean? Until he ended up beating his wife eventually after he got out of the league. But
wait,
when he was in the league,
Who? T.O. or
No, Ocho Cinco.
You got in trouble for that?
Evelyn Lozada. He
So
slapped
you're
her
saying
around.
Gronk's gonna beat his?
No, I'm
Gronk.
not saying that at all. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of guys that do have that playful personality that didn't get in any trouble, and people welcome that.
It's a picture of
I don't
Gronk
think
in the
there's gonna
Oval
be-
Office giving Trump a fist bump.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
best
I
part
think it's
was-
funny. I think it's funny. I think he's
I
a
do
child.
too.
I think it gets old sometimes, and some of his stuff is stupid. And now
I'm
he
just
thinks
wondering
he's
if
like a
he
12-year-old
wasn't,
kid when he hears the number
Yeah,
69.
but he's freaking
If
awesome.
he wasn't a big white frat boy,
Am I right?
Would he be treated the
he
same
acts
way?
like a 12-year-old. When he hears the number 69, he giggles like a little schoolgirl.
That's fine. And when
Did
he
you see that meme? It shows Gronk. peeking
Score! Hey!
Go! Bro,
Oh, Bert. Who's that?
bro.
Yeah! Weber must be going nuts.
I wish you guys could hear this on Facebook right now.
Stafford again, dude. He's had a great series.
Yeah, he has. He stepped
This
up.
secondary play has been killing it.
You guys got to If you guys want to hear all the sound effects, check out YouTube. That was fun.
That
Okay,
could-
we just had. Yeah, you got to check out. You guys got to watch YouTube live.
Is this the first time
The
they
link
scored
is on
first?
my Facebook. Check it out. That was fun.
Might be.
That was fun. Bruins up 1-0. Stafford with a goal. Not Matt Stafford. What's his? and it wasn't Charlie Murphy either. I don't believe that scored that goal. But anyway,
hope not.
so the day that the Patriots went to the White House, we had news that morning that Aaron Hernandez had hung himself in his jail cell.
Coward.
He left 3 notes.
Wasn't the only hung thing in his jail cell.
He left 3 notes, one to his daughter, one to his girlfriend, and one to his lover in jail. I'm not hating. It's something we didn't know about.
No, it's funny though.
We didn't know that
Listen,
Aaron Hernandez was gay. I
before-
heard there were rumors that came out about it.
Before-
It's so crazy. It has
There's
to
nothing
be
wrong.
true.
I have nothing wrong with it. I don't care if he's gay or not, but
listen,
we didn't know.
Once I heard that and they started showing like pictures of him on the news, I'm like, he kind of has that look, you know?
Is that what? All gay people have a look?
I don't know, but
What are you saying, Lesher?
I'm just saying.
Oh Jesus!
hell?
Is this gonna
It's
turn
a
into
freaking
a
men's club.
check out? You gotta
I'm just
check
saying.
out YouTube Live. This is too much fun right now. But I don't know. I mean, I
Part of the
I
sisters
didn't-
like Sasha
I didn't know.
Shawshank.
He's that gang banging thug, and he's
Well, the
hard.
Bloods don't like that.
He's hard, and all of a sudden you come to find out that, and the Bloods don't like.
His
the
lover's on suicide watch.
Homosexuality doesn't have any place, any. They don't have any room for it in the Bloods and the Crips. They probably would have killed them.
Well, that's a
finding
big.
that out.
Not to get.
So that came out because that girl.
That's a big thing.
Callahan and Minahan and Callahan had that woman on that came on and said that she broke the news and said that he was gay the day before he died, the day of the marathon.
They started giving his
And
stuff
he-
away. They should have started coming.
They have this gang member call in to their show.
Rabbit.
Yeah, all right.
I know
And
who Rabbit is. Ex-con.
Rabbit said that day of the marathon, there's no way he's gay. I've talked to him. I talked to him last night. I talked to him again. I'm going to talk
lonely
to him
in
again.
prison.
And he said he was upset that lady came out with that rumor. So now it's getting out in the media. He just won that.
But
that-
what's up with the
he
note?
won
I
that
wanna read the
second-
note.
He won that second trial. And now it's out in the public that there's a possibility he might be gay.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Were they gonna kill him because they found out he was gay? Did he kill himself because now his family can get his money?
Well,
Because
no,
now he's technically
innocent-
innocent because he got
was on
off on that
appeal.
second trial, and the first trial goes back on appeal. So now that he killed himself, he's technically
They
innocent.
can go after the
Is
Patriots
that why
for
he
$5
killed
million
himself?
bucks.
There's so
That's
many.
That's what I think he
There's
did. it.
so many different speculations to why he killed himself.
That's why-
because right then he actually had some hope.
If
He
he did,
won
I'll
that
tell
second
him.
trial, and now your first trial is going to appeal. And
He
they
wasn't
have
winning the
different.
old
They
Lloyd
had a
one.
different
You think his
lawyer.
lawyer told
No,
him,
that different
"Yeah, if you kill
lawyer.
yourself."
Yeah, because he's
That-
innocent. Now the Patriots owe him like $5 million now.
He had a super lawyer.
Casey
He had a
Anthony's
super,
lawyer.
Yeah, he had a
Casey
super
Anthony.
team going there. Again,
If you get Casey Anthony off, I mean,
he had a
come
super
on.
team going there to try and appeal that case.
I think
And
he
the
did it
lawyer
for-
said there were plenty of holes in
He
it.
did
and
it for the money,
You can
dude.
win. Worst cases have been flipped because of less or bigger holes in the case.
the old
so they
Lloyd one
could have.
was
They
different,
could
though.
have.
I don't
they-
think so.
It could have happened. There was possibility. That's all I'm saying. There was
You're
a
right.
chance, and why? So now he had the most hope he ever had, and then he kills himself
Yeah,
that day.
because
why?
Because he's on appeal. He doesn't risk.
You have a chance of getting out of prison.
Okay,
though.
but listen. Say he goes through appeal and loses. Now he's guilty. Now the Patriots don't owe him nothing. Now that he's innocent on both cases, they owe him like a $2 million base salary from 2013 and then a $3 million signing bonus. So he could potentially get $6-7 million from the Patriots that they
family can.
that they wrongfully took from him, which the Owen Lloyd family would just sue them for half of that. But
So he kills himself after that when he thinks that there's actually some hope that he might get out of prison, but now instead he
Nice
says
One
save.
of his friends said he made a phone call to him the day before he killed himself, and that Hernandez sounded very hopeful.
it was
I
Rabbit,
guess-
wasn't it?
He said, I read an article that said Hernandez told him he just beat the trial, and he was hopeful about the appeal on Oden Lloyd, so he doesn't think he killed himself.
They had asked Rabbit on EEI. They said, "Is there any chance that you think he might have been gay?" And Rabbit said, "There's not a chance in hell." Come to find out, the whole time he was. And like I said, there's nothing wrong against that. I have no, I don't care if he's gay or
that's
not.
from Seinfeld, right?
It's just,
There's nothing.
it's
Not
just,
that there's anything wrong with that.
it's just different.
Maybe
and
the
it's like-
rumors
it's-
could have gotten
I-
killed. Maybe the rumors could have
I
gotten
would've-
killed by the
I would have
Bloods.
had no idea.
Dude, but his supposed boyfriend is like on eyeball to eyeball
Yes,
suicide watch. 'cause
Suicide
he's
watch. Well,
probably the next
they
one on the hit
said
list.
they come to find out. They
gotta
said
be real.
they said a couple hours before he hung himself, they smoked that K2 synthetic weed. That shit makes you go nuts. I mean, think about when
he soaped up
you
his
saw what
floor and
happened.
shit.
You saw what happened with Chandler Jones a couple years ago when he smoked that synthetic weed and he started knocking at the police.
Some girl ate a guy's face.
knocking at the Foxborough police with his underwear. Or he might have been naked. I forget. But remember,
He was on his boxer
people,
shorts.
Yeah, people go ballistic after they smoke that stuff. And I don't know how he got it in prison, but I'm sure you can get all kinds of
get
stuff
everything
in
in
prison.
prison.
You can get whatever you want in prison. So
way he got
he
everything
smoked
else in
it.
prison.
He
Especially
smoked
gay
it.
loving.
He's got all these emotions going on, and he said, "Screw it, I'm gonna." He hung himself. I don't know. There's just so many. Obviously, know what would be great is someone on the inside writing this story. This is an unbelievable
You
story.
know the show Oz?
Yeah.
But
like that.
but the story I'm saying from the beginning to the end.
I
from
think he did it for the money.
From Hernandez growing up in Hartford, Connecticut, in the streets, then going to Florida, playing with Tim
Shot
Tebow.
people down there, too. He
Going
shot
to-
people down
Yeah,
there.
exactly. But I'm saying playing in Florida,
know
Tim
Hernandez
Tebow.
lived
Then
in
his
the
his
burbs
brother,
on the
you know, his
edge.
brother played at UConn.
His brother's a coach at UConn.
His brother played at UConn also.
But he was a coach, too.
Okay, yeah, but I'm saying
Hernandez
he's.
didn't grow up in the hood. Like
No,
people
he
think.
grew up in Bristol,
He
Connecticut.
just knew the people.
So,
in the hood.
He used
whatever.
to hang out in like Holyoke and stuff.
Yeah.
Like Springfield.
So, but
Well,
wouldn't that be
Springfield,
wouldn't that
the
be
Latin Kings.
hey, wouldn't that be a great book, great documentary, great story?
No, they're already talking about making the documentary out of
movie about
Yeah,
it.
they
I
already
mean,
talked
just
about it.
30
the
minutes at
story,
least.
the story from the beginning to the end would be unbelievable.
How
It would
stupid
be
can
great.
you be?
I mean, he threw his whole life right down the toilet, and he had
You're
the
gonna throw your
world by
life
the
away. Do it
balls.
the old-fashioned way.
He
you
had the
know?
world by the
Do
balls.
drugs and be an alcoholic. Don't murder 3
Hey, it's
people.
where keeping it real goes
He
wrong.
didn't. Hey, he only murdered one.
Allegedly.
There you go.
All right, you want to take a break?
We're gonna take a 5-minute break. Tune back in. This is the I'm Just Saying podcast. We're watching the Bruins live. They're up 1-0. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
Man,
And
you ought to take that cane
check out
and beat
YouTube Live. That's the funnest way to watch. We got all kinds of sound effects, all kinds of great equipment. Thank you. Be back in 5 minutes.
I'm still getting the vibe on the.
I want you to get the